What Summit has done is build a framework that allows financial institutions to move their workloads into the cloud. What we've heard from them time and time again is they want to utilize public cloud, but there's a number of blockers for them to do that. One is knowledge transfer of their current staff. They want to take advantage of the agility and the scalability of the cloud, but they don't want to have to refactor their apps. It's very time consuming. It costs a lot of money. When you look at the cost to move to public cloud, a lot of times they leave out the cost of refactoring apps. And for many mid-sized banks, community banks, that's a significant factor. So what we did is we've developed this framework using a number of partner products and self-developed products, VMC and AWS being one of them, to really help them make that migration in. We believe that we're going to really reduce their CapEx cost, but allow them to actually be more agile. And really a key component of that is the VMC and AWS, as you know. So why don't you kind of give us a little bit of overview of that solution?
Yeah, so when it comes to VMware Cloud and AWS, it's effectively the easy button into the public cloud. When we're looking at those applications that we want to move and that we want to take our data center and get out of the hardware business, when we're looking at public cloud, to your point, you have to look at refactoring, changing hypervisor, inherently adding risk. With VMware Cloud and AWS, it's built on a vSphere framework, which that means that we have the ability to take all that knowledge base that our IT professionals have within our environment and be able to take that vSphere environment and move it into the public cloud. Literally migrating and vMotioning workloads with the ability to use all that expertise that you have in securing and hardening your environment, and using Summit to be able to make sure that you have all the compliance needs that you have within the banking and financial industry. And we can take all of that and essentially move it into the public cloud, get out of the hardware business, and not have that inherent risk that is normally there when it comes to changing those applications.
And that's really key. What we've heard from a number of our banking customers is that, one, they have very long contracts, which means refactoring their apps is often not even an option. And a lot of the apps they have been focused on the vSphere ecosystem for a very long time. It's very mature. They work well. They love these partners, and they want to continue to use them even in the public cloud. So that's really been key. And second, they don't want to be in the hardware business anymore, right? They see a competitive advantage of taking their applications out to their consumers, personal banking, commercial banking, and none of those customers care what physical server they're running on, right? They want to be in the application business, not in the infrastructure business. And so this really marries the two of them together.
Right. And with VMware Cloud and AWS, we're using the AWS global infrastructure, which means that we're gaining that resiliency of the AWS global infrastructure on bare metal equipment, which gives you the ability to get out of that hardware business while keeping and maintaining that same framework, to be able to use the third-party applications that you're comfortable with and know how to secure and manage the enterprise environment without adding the complexity of changing into a whole new world of public cloud. But at the same time, because we are running inside AWS's global infrastructure, we have the ability for your developers to go out there and build cloud-native apps or new types of computing needs that the banking industry is going to need in the future without introducing latency, so that we get that high-end performance as if it was running in our own data center, because it effectively is.
Yeah, and high availability is a key driver for a lot of these businesses where, in the past they've built out their own data centers, multiple data centers to have high availability, but they've always struggled with wanting an active type mode. And obviously there's solutions out there in the market to do it, but doing it in VMC and AWS, using AWS, multiple data centers, different geographical locations, really brought an ease to doing active that they never had before.
Right. I mean, we have the ability to stretch a cluster and have it exist across two availability zones in the same region, effectively two data centers. And then we also have the ability, if we wanted to, from a geographical standpoint, we could protect from Virginia to Oregon or from Frankfurt to London, whatever we need.
And with a couple of mouse clicks. I mean, deploying these data centers is just very, very simple and straightforward. So,
it is.
One of the other key pieces that we really love about the solution is it's not just built on vSphere and ESX. It's really the entire VMware stack. So NSX, SD-WAN, all of these are part of the solution that we've worked together to bring to the financial institution, which means a lot of the security and auditing compliance we've been able to wrap around it as well. And that's key for our customers. We can obviously tell them, hey, this is secure, it's highly available, but unless we can prove it to the auditors, they're not going to just take our word for it.
Right. And again, because it's that cloud foundation stack that VMware runs of NSX, vSAN, and vSphere, these are all trusted products that are not new to the ecosystem. This is effectively us taking that cloud foundation stack and moving it into public cloud through our partnership with AWS.
Excellent. Thanks for your time, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a pleasure.